Hi, welcome to the KaiNexus Continuous Improvement Podcast. I'm Mark Graban, a senior advisor with KaiNexus. And today we've got another episode in our series where we talk to KaiNexians and learn about them and why they joined the company. So today we're joined by Josh Feldman. He's our new Vice President of Marketing. Josh, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Excited to not just join KaiNexus, but join you on this great podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for being here. And as we do, we'll first kind of ask you to tell us a little bit about who Josh Feldman is. Tell us a little bit about your story and your background.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll give the abridged version here, but born and raised in Chicago, and started working in marketing right out of school. Worked at a number of different marketing agencies up in the Chicagoland area with top brands such as ESPN and Gatorade and Nike, StubHub, and kind of moved through a few different agencies to gather a real 360 marketing, integrated marketing experience. And then for personal reasons, my wife and I decided to leave the cold Chicago winters and come down to extremely hot Austin summers.
Yeah.
And moved down here in September of 2019. So upon moving, was looking, to get into the Austin tech startup world. Ended up going to a B2B SaaS company called MVP Index. Was there for about 3.5-4 years, leading their marketing department. And then came over here to KaiNexus about a month ago and excited to be working with the high performing marketing team here.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask questions I've asked people from Chicago. I've asked this one question to you before. Cubs or White Sox?
So I am a White Sox fan, so I'm in the minority there. But I'd say we had a good run in the early 2000s, but not so great now. But yeah, definitely a lifelong White Sox fan.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on Chicago pizza? Do you have a favorite there?
Yes. So I know, a lot of people outside of Chicago are kind of always asking about deep dish pizza. I do love deep dish pizza. I don't eat that on a regular basis because I would, die of an early heart attack. However, I do love the tavern style pizza that they have up in Chicago. That's actually my favorite kind in the country. It's got the thin crust, thin sauce, and, thick cheese and toppings and everything. So I have struggled with the pizza scene down here in Austin, but luckily I get back up to Chicago about 3 or 4 times a year, and it's all food based. We get to go to Italian beef and pizza and make sure we're getting all the good stops up there.
Yeah, I agree. The tavern style pizza is sneaky good. That's pretty popular here in Cincinnati as well.
Okay.
It's definitely a Midwestern thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you're getting all kinds of new foods. Not so new. You've been there for some years now, but breakfast tacos and more to explore in Texas.
Yep, breakfast tacos and pizza, and barbecue has replaced pizza and Italian beef. My wife is from Texas. She grew up in San Antonio, so when we were living in Chicago together, she'd always just kind of mention how like the Tex-Mex in Chicago just doesn't match with Texas. And now that I'm down here, I can relate to that. So it is a good trade-off.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not a food podcast. Sorry about that. But the second question, well, this is part of getting to know you. So it's good. The second question we usually cover here is, tell us a little bit about your story of why you joined KaiNexus, what resonated with you, and maybe kind of talk about how that fits into what your role is going to be here.
Yeah, definitely. So had some great initial conversations with Jeff and Greg and truly just bought into the philosophy of continuous improvement and the ability to spread that. I feel like, as I've come on, it's been validated, but throughout my career, I've always, strived to get better from an individual and from a team perspective. I've always been very process driven and understanding how, a proper process can produce results. And those were all things that I've just kind of learned organically throughout my career and really attached to. So to, kind of learn more about continuous improvement, understand, kind of the special sauce behind that, and to be able to come to a company in an industry, B2B SaaS, which I'm very familiar with, and be able to kind of help spread that mission across the country and across the world was really intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot to learn about continuous improvement land. And you had the opportunity to attend our KaiNexus user conference that we had a couple of weeks back in late May. I'd be curious to hear some of your thoughts and reflections from those couple of days with a lot of customers there.
Yeah, it was great. Luckily, I started about a month before the conference, so I was able to get my feet on the ground here at the office and show up to the conference and truly understand what people were talking about. One, it was great to meet with customers and really understand their pain points and how they're learning how to use KaiNexus and what impact the platform can provide them in their day to day. The second was just it was really inspiring to hear the passion and see the passion from everyone in the industry. They come here, everyone's speaking a similar language. They're all kind of trying to solve similar problems, even though they're working across multiple different industries and multiple departments. And just kind of learning how, seeing in the real world how KaiNexus can help bridge those gaps and help, again, provide impact to really, truly help springboard some of these businesses.
Yeah. Well, again, we've been joined today by Josh Feldman, our new VP of Marketing here at KaiNexus. I'm glad to hear this all resonates with you. And, I think there'll be opportunities to continuously improving all of the marketing work that's already been taking place. And I'm sure some new ideas and perspectives to come from you in your leadership role. So again, welcome to KaiNexus. I'm glad you're part of the team. Is there anything else you'd want to add as a way to wrap up?
No, I appreciate it, Mark. I know you're a legend in the industry, so excited to be working with you and continuing on, like you said, with all the great work that the marketing team's been doing here. Just a thanks for being so gracious and welcoming to all the people at KaiNexus as I've been getting onboarded over the last month.
All right. Well, thanks again. Thanks everybody for listening, and hope you subscribe or follow the podcast if you're not already doing so. Check out everything that we continue publishing here on the podcast feed. So thanks for listening. And Josh, again, thanks for being here.
Thanks again.